All right. What did Mike Waltz say is the explanation for how Atlantic journalist Jeffrey Goldberg ended up in that Signal chat? Well, his explanation is completely the opposite of Donald Trump's. Remember that Donald Trump suggested some low-level Waltz staffer invited in Jeffrey Goldberg. Mike Waltz has a completely different explanation. It might involve subterfuge. It might involve hacking. Listen to this.
The president expressed complete confidence in you today and his entire cabinet. But how did a Trump-hating editor of The Atlantic end up on your Signal chat?
You know, Laura, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but of all the people out there, somehow this guy who has lied about the president, who has lied to Gold Star families, lied to their attorneys, and gone to Russia hoax, gone to just all kinds of links to lie and smear the president of the United States. And he's the one that somehow gets on somebody's contact and then gets sucked into this group.
Is someone in your president?
Very, very suspicious, isn't it? Listen, Mike, you got to come up with something better than this. First of all, there is zero evidence for what he is suggesting. He's suggesting some kind of subterfuge. It's too suspicious. This guy that isn't nice to us, suddenly he's the one on the Signal chat. No. Something must have happened here. And of course, he's suggesting hacking or some kind of malfeasance. Number one, no evidence of that. Secondly, if it were true, that would suggest they shouldn't have been doing this on Signal to begin with, because if what he is alluding to is even possible, it would only confirm you shouldn't be using Signal for this. And of course, part of the issue here is nobody in that chat said, hey, this shouldn't be discussed on Signal. That's a reinforcement that they use Signal for this sort of thing all the time. And then third, Goldberg reported that Mike Waltz sent him a personal Signal invitation 2 days before he was added to the group. And indeed, it is Mike Waltz who invited him to the group. So it is a very, very weak explanation. Now, as of course you have to do if you work for Donald Trump, he has to lay down like a doormat and say, sir, please walk all over me. I would like another. And quite a Freudian slip here. Take a listen.
Percent of global commerce is getting rerouted. The world owes the president a favor, or excuse me, a thank you for taking this on and fixing this problem.
Everybody owes Trump a favor. Oh, no, I mean a thank you. Both, of course, are indicative of the sort of worshiping of Trump that you are required to do. But Trump would certainly agree everybody owes him a favor. And then finally, what lesson did National Security Advisor Mike Waltz learn from this entire Signal fiasco? Not that you shouldn't use Signal for planning war crimes or war crimes. Now I'm the one with the Freudian slip. I don't know that they're war crimes, war attacks, elements of war. Not only should you not be using Signal for that, that's not what he learned. He learned that journalists are really bad.
Lessons learned after the app. We're not using Signal app anymore.
Yeah, right. Lesson learned number one is you've got journalists out there who have made fame and fortune trying to trash this president. Yeah. And so, look, we've got to tighten up. We are tightening up, and we have some of the best technology minds looking at how this happened.
Yeah, if you don't, but listen, you don't need a technological genius to figure out how this happened. In fact, lack of technological genius is probably to blame. The real problem, of course, is the journalists. It's Goldberg's fault that he was added to the Signal chat. That's the final point on it. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what the Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out the Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.